In this morning's Moms in the Morning, we're sharing a very inspirational story.
It's one mom's journey from obesity to health, and here to share her story is Karen Swanson.
Well, when you first meet Angie Falardo-Langer, you see a vivacious and energetic woman. What you don't see is a weight struggle that spans much of her life. Growing up, Angie was never taught about food, portion sizes, and every single family function, well, it involved eating.
I grew up in a very large Italian family, and food played a very big part in our heritage and our family.
When Angie became a mom, eating became an emotional habit.
I think when I became a mom of my oldest son, I thought to be the best mom to him, I had to give him all of me. And I focused solely on him and doing everything for him. I lost sight of myself. And then came baby number 2, and then baby number 3. And within, a 9-year span, 10-year span, I ballooned up to be the largest that I have ever been.
Angie knew she needed to make a life change. The birth of Angie's third child was a wake-up moment for her. She came to the realization of just how dangerous her weight gain had become and began to fear various health problems.
One of being heart disease, which is, very common in my father's family. And I was in my 30s, and I thought, yeah, things are gonna have to change here.
Beginning that change was difficult, though. Angie spent a year doing some soul searching and trying to figure out why she had gained the weight in the first place. She also visited her doctor for some weight loss ideas.
She recommended, maybe gastric bypass or, the lap band surgery. And even though those were things that terrified me, I thought, well, if my doctor is telling me this, then this must be true. This must be something I need to look into. And I did go to that seminar, and I have to be honest with you, it scared the life out of me.
Although surgery may work for some people, Angie decided it just wasn't the answer for her. Still trying to figure out what her weight loss answer was, she had another light bulb moment while watching a weight loss reality show.
They took that cast to the morgue, and they told them, they said, if you don't make a life change, this is gonna be you probably within the next 5 years. And I think that's what hit home to me. Your life is shortened when you carry that kind of weight. And when you are that obese, it shaves so many years off your life. And I was just like those contestants. It was gonna be me too. And I think it was a major eye-opening moment.
In the end, Angie lost over 200 pounds, but more important to her is the change toward better health. And I'll tell you what steps Angie took to lose the weight, and I'll also introduce you to her personal trainer. We'll have part 2 of this story coming up tomorrow right around the same time.
Oh, you're making us wait.
Have to wait a day.
She looks stunning.
She's fabulous, yep.
Transition is extraordinary.
You'd never guess it by seeing her now, how she was just a couple of years ago.
What an inspiration. Oh.
Motivating story for sure.
Nice job.
Yes.
Thank you.
This morning we have part 2 of a special story about one mom's struggle to get healthy.
Yesterday we met Angie, a self-described emotional eater who spent years putting others first.
And by putting others first, she ended up putting on weight to the point of morbid obesity. It took some soul searching and a few light bulb moments along the way, but with a family history of heart disease, she knew she had to make a change.
First I prayed. When you're that large, you look and you think, oh my gosh, can I really do this? I mean, you hear people struggling with 10, 15, 20 pounds, and I had a lot of weight to lose. And I thought, is this really possible?
The next step was education about calories and about the nutrition panels on the back of foods.
I never read it. There's actually a serving size that you're only supposed to get.
She also started moving.
And it wasn't much. It was just, I'd get on the treadmill for 15 minutes and it was good enough. Then I started journaling, and I thought, okay, you journal what you normally would eat. And I think there was a lot of things wrong with my old eating habits.
At this point, Angie still hadn't weighed herself. When she finally did, reality set in.
It was horrible. And it was kind of like, where have you been for the last 10 years?
Angie's weight loss had to be a lifestyle change, but not a diet.
No, I don't like the word diet. To me, diet, it symbolizes something temporary. It symbolizes, I'm gonna go on a diet for a couple weeks just to shed a few pounds for an event that's coming up.
Angie had to learn to think about food differently, and she never allowed herself to be hungry.
If I was hungry, I could go eat carrots, or I could eat apples, or I could eat fruit or vegetables. I never limited myself on those things. And I think that's why, you know, it worked for me.
After losing 128 pounds, her weight started to plateau. That's when she started working with trainer Allison McWilliams.
And I've actually never had a client like her before. She, for people to stay focused for 3 months is hard, but for her to put her head down and fight hard for 3 years is unbelievable. And then she just wanted to work hard, and that was refreshing too, is sometimes people don't really want to give their all, or they're tired from their day, but she came determined.
Failure was not an option for me. I'm only worrying about today. I'm not worrying about tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. I'm worrying about what can I do for my body today? For people who do have this much weight to lose, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. I have lost over 200 pounds, and you don't need any doctor to tell you that you need to have surgery. You don't, I mean, you can do it.
Part of the reason Angie's weight loss story is a successful one is because she did it for her health and not to reach a specific weight. Sadly, she did recently lose her father to heart disease, but before he passed away, he told Angie she should pay it forward and try to help others. She's currently writing a book about her story, and she would love to get into motivational speaking.
Well, she's already helped people just by telling her story.
And thanks to her for telling such a personal story. I know that it was a big deal for her to spread her story like this, but I'm sure she's helping a lot of people just by getting it out there.
Wow, that is an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
You're welcome.
That's correct. Time once again for another Moms in the Morning segment. And today we have an update on a story that we brought you last week. Karen Swanson is here in her workout gear, and you're ready to go.
I am. Last week we met Angie Falardo-Langer, and she faced a lifelong struggle with her weight. Then, after her third child, Angie got motivated and she got fit. But at one point she hit a plateau, and that's when she looked to trainer Allison McWilliams for help. Coming up later this morning, Allison will join us with some tips for you at home to get your own fitness goals on track. And I also want to let you know that Angie has started her own website. It's called angiesweightlossjourney.com. So you'll have to check that out. She's got some recipes and tips and all sorts of good information on there.
What I like about this, Angie did this the old-fashioned way, where you have to work hard and watch what you eat.
Yep, it wasn't a stomach surgery or anything like that.
No fancy diets, none of that stuff that you see on infomercials. It's just was darn hard work, and it takes time.
Yep, she just got moving, changed her eating habits, and put a lot of hard work into it, but she's a success story, and we've had a lot of great feedback from it, and so we want to show people a little bit more about what she did.
Okay, excellent. All right, we'll look forward to that.
Okay.
Karen, thank you.
You're welcome.
When you're that large, you look and you think, oh my gosh, can I really do this? I mean, you hear people struggling with 10, 15, 20 pounds, and I had a lot of weight to lose. And I thought, is this really possible? A sight of myself. And then
last week we introduced you to Angie Falardo-Langer. She's a mother of 3, and in the end she lost over 200 pounds, but along the way she had a plateau, and at that plateau she decided she needed a little bit more in her workout, and that's when she called in trainer Allison McWilliams. And Allison is here with me today to give us some tips and tell us a little bit more about Angie's journey. Now, I think a lot of people get to that moment in their workout where they plateau, whether it's, they need another 5 pounds off or 10 pounds off or 100 pounds off. How do you kind of jumpstart your workout so that you can keep going with your movement?
A lot of people need to incorporate strength training, so that was what was great for Angie when I met her was she lost so much weight, so then we just incorporated strength training, which then she started to see her muscles more, and then with strength training not only do you get physically stronger, but you get mentally and emotionally stronger as well, which really helped her in her journey.
And do you think that that's something that any age could do?
Yes, it's very important, especially for us females as we age and our bone density goes down and our muscle mass decreases, to incorporate strength training throughout your workouts throughout the week.
And the thing I hear from moms, you know, with doing this Moms in the Morning segment is there's just not enough time in the day to get everything in, let alone a workout. What are some ways that we can incorporate a workout into our daily lives? You know, whether it's you're making dinner or you're playing with the kids or whatnot. What are some things that we can do?
It's very easy. We're going to have you actually come down here.
Yes.
Something I give that my clients in my classes a lot is push-ups. So you're going to start on your knees. Everyone can do a push-up even if they say they can't. Abs are engaged and you're just going to slowly come down to the mat and push back up. Works the core, works your shoulders, your chest, and your back. And so you can do as many as you can, stretch it out and go back and do a couple more sets, or you can do it throughout the day. You could even have your child laid underneath you and you can give them little smooches as you go.
I like that idea. What are some other things we can do?
Then you can stay right there and get onto your elbows and do a plank. So you're going to be on your elbows again, core is engaged, and then you can just do a little finger tap with your right hand and hold for a little second and then come back left side. So again, just working the abs a little bit more, toning the tummy for summer, also working the arms and the shoulders.
And these are really just full body type movements.
Especially great for the summer as you're going to be showing those arms and the abs off more.
And what else can we do?
And you can flip around and you can do some dips. So you can take it right on the floor right there, bend your knees. You're going to work your triceps. So you're just going to bend your elbows and come down. And then if you want a greater range of motion, make it a little bit harder. Everyone has a step at home. You can just bring it up here, a little greater range of motion, a little deeper. You could pause at top. You could do pulses. So it's just a great way to tone the arms. And
you and Angie, you had such a great working relationship, and you still do. You know, you're more than just workout partners, you're friends as well. How does someone go about getting a trainer and finding someone that they can really work with?
The number one thing that I think is important is to find someone that's a really good fit for your personality. You know, do they work well with you? Do they motivate you the way that you need to be motivated? And are they somebody that you want to spend, you know, a couple hours a week with? Another great way to find someone is a referral. You know, referrals are the best way to find someone that you might be happy with if your friends are happy with them. And also make sure that they're certified personal trainers, and then making sure that they don't do a cookie cutter approach, making sure that's customized for you, and not only just you and what your goals are, but for that day. I mean, there's times that Angie came in and I had a plan worked out for her and she just needed to punch the bag and let out some of her emotions that day and just needed to really release it differently than just a strength training workout that day.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. You had some great tips, and I just want to let you know that for more information on Allison's personal training, you can go to AllieMcWilliams.com. You can also go to her Facebook page. We'll link that through our Facebook page. And we also want to let you know that Angie, who we met in the story, she now has her own website. It's called AngiesWeightLossJourney.com, so you can check out all of those.
Well, on this morning's Moms in the Morning, we're talking strollers and